Good morning, folks. Good morning. um, we're a little up and early here, but just give me 1 second. I'll get started. I'm having an issue sharing on Facebook. It's all right. I'll go right to Facebook and Facebook. I need to cancel this. All right, that should work. This item has been disabled from Chrome. Unbelievable. All right, testing, 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 testing. And we're gonna pop that there, paste, copy, YouTube. Okay, good morning, everybody. YouTube, Facebook, easy webinar. No matter what platform you're on, or whether it's one of the three I just listed, if you go to the description area, you can see a link to YouTube. YouTube's kind of chill because it's got the OBS, so we play music. It's non-copyrighted music, and it's just a little better than Facebook is today. Anyway, for some reason, the camera was not coming up on Facebook. And then Easy Webinar, which is the best of all, because it has zero delay. There's absolutely no delay. It's completely live. A post to Facebook and YouTube, which is anywhere from 15 seconds to 25 seconds of delay. Um, but we're gonna go ahead and get the day started. All right. That's too high. Oh, no. All right, that works for now. And all right, let's get started. Oh yeah, tonight is we have the first night of Tony's 2-day course. Um, mm, that's what I forgot to add to the description, but I will put it in the comments right now. It's his 2-day course, followed by 3 days of follow-up when you're live trading. That is tonight. We have spots on. We have spots next week, Monday, Tuesday, but those are like that's more or less full. If you could come in this Friday, Saturday, um, we can arrange a discount other than the price that you see listed here, which I will give you right now. The diamond course is the one you want to set up unless you want the gold course, which is a one-on-one. Diamond course is no more than 3 people. There'll never be more than 3 people in the diamond course. It's all live. It's not pre-recorded. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and send that out to the 3 platforms in the messaging session. I'm going to go ahead and analytics, send it out here. All right, we got about 5 minutes. We'll start the pre-market scan, or we may start it early. There you go. Again, so we have spots this Friday, Saturday. Okay. You can sign up directly through the thing, or you can contact me directly through Easy Webinar. That is the t.me/Tony Hedges Trades. Make sure you sign up for that and just say interested in the course. Actually, that's not even a good idea, because then it is a free course. So you never know who's in there trying to play those dirty games. It was a week into doing this when I started this on January 20th. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary. On January 20th, that I realized how sneaky people are in this business that don't actually know how to trade. If they know how to trade, they're not worried. They do their thing, but they send in spies. They do whatever they got to do. Anyway, everything else aside, let's start the pre-market scan here. All right. This watch list is really from yesterday, but there were a few additions I made. As you know, if you've been following us, just give me 1 second. I'm sorry. If you've been following us since day 1, today is day 6. You kind of understand what's going on right now. We are in the middle of a new process, a new program called Breakout 2020, and it involves retailoring a strategy. Now, it doesn't matter if your prior strategy was profitable or not. Mine was profitable, but not as profitable as the first year I was profitable. So if 3 years later I'm not increasing in profitability, well, keep in mind I made more than I made my first year of profitability, but I didn't reach my goal in terms of percentages. That could have had a lot to do with, we were testing highly leveraged accounts. We were teaching a course, something new that was added to the group. So that's not going to happen again this year. We're paper trading until the strategy is profitable for about uh, 15, 30, 45 days. Depends on how good it is. And that's important because once you do that, the next part becomes literally taking your strategy and writing it down word for word, every rule, every contingency. And I'm going to give a draft of what mine looks like just to give a better idea of what that means. It's literally a written strategy that you can put on maybe 1 piece of paper. Ideally, it'd be like 5 pieces of paper. Um, but you can fit it on 1 piece of paper, and that is something that you can give to someone else, explain to them, and they can become profitable off of it. And then part 3, so part 1 is paper trading for 30 days of profitability. Part 2, ooh, I'm gonna get bumped from that group. I didn't mean to do that. It's okay. It was bound to happen eventually. Yeah. So once all three of those are into play, we're going to move over to a sterling platform. If you have less than $25,000 and you're starting to become profitable, I suggest going into CMEG. It's CMEGEliteGroup.com, and they give you 6 to 1 on your money. There's no pattern day trading restriction, uh, as well as, yeah, 6 to 1 on your money, no pattern day trading restriction. Now the fees are a little higher in there than other brokerages that use sterling, like Lightspeed. That would be my recommended brokerage for you to go into, is a Lightspeed brokerage on a sterling platform. And if you have over 25,000, that way you won't be stuck in that pattern day trading. You won't be stuck from the pattern day trading rule. But I'm currently just sharing the video out, sending it out. If you wouldn't mind sending it out, sharing it into groups that, obviously won't kick you out, or it's not against their rules, it's greatly appreciated. We can see who does it, and it helps get the message out. It helps spread the word. You know, I gotta be honest with you. When I charged for a group, you would get more people per week than you do, more active people, I should say. It's more they're more active. When you just give out a free group, any freeloader, for lack of a better words, will just take it and never use it. So it gives you a bad kind of view as to like who's active in here, who's not. When you charge, even if it's only like $40, people will, you know, not just join to join because something's free. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting if you look at the statistics. Um, And then you got traders who think, oh, it is free, so it must be just another junk free group. They don't understand, we have a hedge fund manager on our team that, which by the way, I hope he's listening, but he's going to beat me today anyway. Me and him had a little, whatchamacallit yesterday, a little bet. He liked DBVT, I like AGCT. He liked DBVT because it fit into his charts, and is going to go back to 14. I liked AGCT because it matches my strategy float, but I'm also using his charts, so the credit is his as well. And I'm talking about Tony Hedges, who will come on in a minute. So you got two traders on here. Very valuable group. That's why, guys, the only thing we ask is if you're interested, take the course. I have 2 spots open for Friday, Saturday, and a spot open for Monday, Tuesday. So if you can come in, come in. That would be greatly, appreciated and extraordinarily beneficial to you. Anybody who has taken the course, give your honest opinion on any platform, or even if these people private message you. Watch SRNE acquisition news. SRNE. Oh yeah, and by the way, guys, SRNE. The quickest way to cut through to me, because you got to remember I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Easy Webinar, so sometimes I see messages late. Like the way he just cut through SRNE is he went straight to Tony's chat room and messaged it, and it came right up, you know. So, and it pops up in the corner of my screen too. So, and it makes a blurb sound, which you can hear if you're on YouTube. Easiest way to cut through to me. 904. Let's get this pre-market scan underway. Not a lot that I like this morning. SRNE is the leading gapper. But ever since it's popped, it's been below the VWAP, which is a little bit of a turnoff. Let's gonna check out the float on here as well as the volume. Float is way too high. Float's probably somewhere around 100 million. Um, that's a little bit out of my range. I mean, 100 million is max what I'll go to, but SRNE has been known to move, so the actual float is 110 million, and that information is right here on finviz.com. Now the volume in terms of float in comparison to the float, it's getting there. If this was 16 million, it'd be 10% of the float. But if it's 100 million and more the float, which it is, then yeah, then it is 5% of the float. So this is something we want to keep an eye on. From a technical standpoint, I would like to see this go back above the VWAP. And now just to plug it into the charts real quick, SRNE. Okay, this is a range chart. It gives you all the multiple different types of ranges based on essentially moving averages. I like this one, 578. 440 to 578 is the range on this one. Let's do a confirmation. That's a great range because we're right dead smack in the middle. So odds are this will have a pullback to around 440 pivot. But let's do a confirmation. Let's look at the pivot points on this. SRNE. Again, the float a little too high, volume for the float. Listen, the only way a stock with a float of 100 million shares, this is 110 million, is worth trading is if it shows extreme bullishness in the pre-market. This has been staying below the VWAP pretty much all the pre-market. I don't like it. I don't have a good feeling. My prediction of this is that it would dump. But then again, if it dumps, there's an important range that we need to keep in mind. The R2 is tops out at 503. So we're currently sitting at the R2 and the R1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Oh, let me fix that. Sorry. I need to take down that video. All right. I accidentally shared on a site I'm not supposed to share on. So let me delete that post. And it's down. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so now that we see that the float is 100 million, 113 million, whatever it was, the volume can be 5% of the float, which it is, and moving. We now have identified two ranges, and one range in particular overlaps. So we have our pivot point range, and keep in mind, guys, you can actually punch pivot points in on Thinkorswim. You can actually punch moving average ranges on Thinkorswim. However, the accuracy is a little different because these pivot points are by the month. When you put them in on Thinkorswim, we tried. If you figure out a way to make them monthly and not daily, they're daily pivot points on Thinkorswim. Let me know. That being said, I'm going to draw in the R1 and the R2, the two most important pivot points on any bullish kind of candle here. So the R2 is actually right here, 503. So I'm gonna put 503, and then 421 is the R1. Could this pull back down to the R1? Absolutely. I absolutely see this pulling back to the R1. I don't think that that's impossible. So for me, this could be a pullback play to 421. Now, what did the other chart say? When we look at the range chart, it says 440 to 576, much wider range. So I'm going to add another one. Let's see here. At 578, which is like the top of the view app channel. I mean, 578. Okay, we got that one. We got that one. And then 440 was the next one, which is right here. See, these are going to intersect. So all right, so there we go. We have our ranges pretty much well identified here. The ones that go out further is the R2, the R1 and the R2, and these are the moving average ranges. Moving average ranges are sometimes better because there's multiple factors that moving average range is technically based off of, other than just the moving average. A moving average is based off of essentially what it sounds like, the moving average, and the pivot points are based off basically historical references, historical marks, and so to speak. Oh, to bind. I meant to say to bind. They are very powerful, especially when you have two within such a close range of each other. See how these two are within 40 cents of each other? I think it's very likely the fact that this is kind of dropping below the view app that we might see it come down to this level. We might also see it. I don't know. I think that this needs to pull back a little bit, but let's check out the news. Let's check out the news catalyst because sometimes the news catalyst. Somebody said something about an acquisition. Okay. Receives non-binding acquisition proposal. Receives non-binding proposal for private equity fund to acquire majority of outstanding shares for up to $7.50 a share. Okay, it's a proposal. Um, if they decide to accept it, now it says $7. $7 a share. So this has the ability to go to $7, that's for sure. If we take a look here, sometimes you can't see all the channels. You can tell that there are channels higher. You can go over here. 650 is what follows 675. This is one to watch, but not my favorite. The float's a little too high. However, the volume seems to be making up for it. The second one on the list was CPA. This one just popped up, and it's a penny stock. It's below $1, and the volume's only 100,000. So we're gonna go ahead and look at CPA first, because I don't know if anybody was around about a year ago, or maybe was it 6 months to a year ago. CPA had an extraordinary day. Let's go ahead and look at CPA. Actually, I want to keep this one on today, just in case it has a residual rally. Tony will bring this one up, so we'll move that one. Yeah, PLM. I'm not interested. Very little volume. 1 billion share float. I'll pass. Even though it's a penny stock, it's getting near that $1 range. 1 billion share float is ridiculous. I'm not touching that. CPA. Hopefully this one has a good day. Let's see. Okay, so we got a 5 million shares. I think this only has like a 1.5 million share float. So we could always log into Trade Ideas and it gives you all that information orderly, but we're doing everything the freeway right now. And the freeway is the to be way. And I don't understand why this does this. There we go. I want to be able to see. If you guys have any comments, anything of that nature, please let me know. Don't forget, we have Tony's course tonight. Good morning, everybody on YouTube. Good morning. Thank you for joining. This is Program Breakout 2020. I'm just going to look at two more stocks. I want to look at CPA, and then Tony should be coming in at 6:15. Tony Hedges, for those of you that don't know, he's been in the hedge fund industry over 11 years, has worked on hedge funds with over 2.5, 2.6 billion. He could tell you better than I can. And we're very lucky to have someone with that sort of experience on our team. All right, Tony, I see you there. I'm going to pop in these two stocks, and then I'm going to let you rock. CPA. Okay, so the float on CPA is 2.75. Very low floats. Let's look at the formation, shall we? SRNE. Forget PLM. SRNE. Okay, I don't like that it's pops and then pretty much stays below the view app. I'm looking at this. I felt like I just said that. CPA. Again, I don't like that it pops. I do like that it had some kind of momentum yesterday. So odds are the news came out on this one yesterday. So we're looking for 5 things. We're looking for a news catalyst, which looks like it picked up some sort of contract for CUC or UCs, Solution for Mobile Device and Handheld Scanners. It seems a little overinflated, I have to say. That's not extraordinary news. Extraordinary news is things like your price target has been raised significantly by multiple analysts. Mergers and acquisitions. The only one so far we see with a potential merger. There was a proposal for a merger, SRNE. And of course, what's the last one? Oh, phase 3. Anything phase 3. Phase 3 positive results on a clinical trial, FDA clinical trial. That's great news. If it doesn't have the great news, if it has great earnings, even better. Okay, 52-week highs, technicals, pivot points. Those are the second things that you want to look at as well. So we're looking for news. We're looking for low floats, high volume. So CPA is getting very close to being 10%. Oh no, it's past 10% of the float. So 10% of the float was about 600,000 shares. So we're past 10% of the float on 600,000 shares. I really, really want to know the technicals on this one because it meets kind of all our standards. The news is sort of weak, but if it has great technicals, low float, high volume, there is potential for this one. Let's just punch in real quick. Take me about 2 seconds. Punch in, all on a free scanner. By the way, these are all Tony scanners. If you want to sign up for his course, simply let me know. Send me a message on Facebook. You can also sign up to get into his chat room for free where he sends text alerts and things of that nature. So, that being said, that link is in the description to sign up for his chat room. And once you're in the chat room, let us know that you're interested in the course. That's all. You can just put a regular blurb on the board. All right, so CPA. All right, so it's got an R2 on CPA 149. So we're well extended. Oh, we're right at the R2. That's beautiful. Did we drop down to 121? Okay, so 121 is the R1. 122 is the R2. So I'm going to go ahead and add these. I love it. I love exactly where the stock stands. So the ones that stick out further, I can't remember. Are the ones that stick out further the R1 and the R2? No, the ones that stick out less are the R1 and the R2. is R1, R2, and then we're gonna go here, maximize sell, R1. Ones that stick out further, 149, 149 to 120. Very, very, very small range on this. That's the only thing that worries me. Oh, I didn't realize it was just 5 minutes. Let me let Tony in right now. Let me just see one more thing. SEPA. Okay. Looks like on here, the range is a little wider. That's good. We needed that. It goes from about 130 to 176. 131, 176. If it passes 176, could go to 270. And so 176 is right here. This is an important level right here. 176. And goes all the way up to 270. 131. And then you got another range right in the middle here, a shorter one. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me pop Tony on. And see her in the room. Sorry, Tony. There was a little bit of a delay. You should be good now. Tony, whenever you're ready. ACRS might have some potential too. High volume. We know this is a flow float. Tony, you're in. I'm just waiting for you to. Yeah, I hear you.
You hear me? All
Yes.
right. Okay. Well, today's gonna be an interesting day. I wonder if everybody's still in that DBVT. That one we got in like 13, like I call it like 12:30, 12:20. Went to like 12:27 on the pullback. Got in like 13:14, 13:15, 12:30, 12:40. I stock should go to like $14. And you know what stock I like today? I'm looking at. I like two of them. I like this Rare, RARE. I like it at 46.10 bid, 46.20 bid, RARE. Um, I like this stock Tela, TELA. If it opens at 14, I like to get jump in on it because I think the stock's gonna take off and make new highs. Let me see this over here.
Why can't I find the YouTube link?
Yeah, based on like FPGS. No. And I like mRNA 2010 2020 bid. mRNA.
MR. So Tony, you like MRNAREAR and TELA? mRNA. That's a good one. mRNA. Um, if you are currently watching on Facebook,
You hear me?
yeah, do you hear me?
You hear me, Luke?
Yeah, I hear you. Do you hear me? Testing,
Can you hear
testing.
me? I can't hear you. Do you hear me?
I hear you. I don't know why you don't hear me. Testing, 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 test. Hold on, maybe. No, there's no way I wouldn't have had anybody watching. Uh, test, 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 test. You should be able to hear me. Tone. Testing, 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 tone.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I can't hear you.
All right, you gotta log back out entirely and log back in. It's same thing we tell everyone else that has an issue.
Luke, I can't hear you.
Oh yeah, he can't hear me. All right, let me bump him out and then hopefully hear both you. Okay, you hear both of us. Everybody hears both of us. He'll log back in for sure. All right, beautiful. So he had some good picks this morning for sure. We have 5 minutes till the open. I don't want to explain his picks because I don't know, and I kind of missed the bid. Do you guys have the bids on those stocks on his picks today? Tony, all right, I see you're back in. Make your presenter. I just need the bids on your stock. Test, 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 Tone. Tone, can you hear me?
You hear me? You
Yeah,
hear me?
I hear you. You hear me?
All right. So we got the TELM. If it opens at 14, I'm getting in. Um, I'm sorry, TELA. I'm watching that one. I'm watching MRNA at 2010, 2020. MRNA. Um,
All
we're
right,
still
so
in BBT.
mRNA. I have to recite everything you say because they can't hear you on Facebook. So anything you say, I'm just gonna kind of recap it. So
And rare. RARE. 4610, 4620. RARE.
okay, rare 4620. So Tony's bids are rare 4620. So that means if it drops down to 4620, you get in. Make sure you put a bid there, limit order. Now be prepared in case you have to average down a little bit. You don't want to go all in. Never go all in on something. Um, Especially pullback plays. Suggestion is to wait for the actual pivot. If we think at 46.30 it's going to pivot, we'll wait for the pivot. All right, and what was your bid on the TELA? If it opens
I
at
like to
what?
see that. I like $14. I think the stock's gonna go to like $16. It's gonna explode. Like it's gonna like go up.
I agree. I really like mRNA. I was looking at that earlier. What's your bid on
Yeah,
that?
like 2010, 2010, 2015, 2020. A little pullback on that.
All right, very
I
nice.
like TELA. Like at 14, if it opens at 14, I think the stock could go to $16. TELA.
Okay. Give me one
Uh,
second here. Unfortunately, Facebook can't hear you, but guys, on Facebook, if you go over to the YouTube page, I'm gonna edit. You'll be able to hear Tony clearly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit the post, and at the very top of the description of the post, you should see the YouTube link. If not, you might have to refresh it. But all right, good. Yeah, I can see people are coming into YouTube from there, so it's important that they hear your voice. I was having a couple technical difficulties this morning. Okay, here's something that's interesting that I just noticed. I'm gonna add onto here TRIL. It seems to be having a little bit of a residual rally today. Uh,
Everybody saw that the stock we traded like MDB. We traded that like about a month ago. Look at it now. It's like $150.
Yeah, we traded it at like 130, I remember, right?
Yeah.
Less than that. We were averaging down. Um,
So we got Ram 4610, 4620. We got
all
there you
right,
go. The
and we
market's
got an
open.
open market.
We got that mRNA 2010 bid, 2015 bid, mRNA here. It's coming right down here. Okay, you got filled in mRNA, right?
No, I didn't get filled.
mRNA,
I'm letting it
mRNA.
run right now. I sh I I'm waiting for the pivot on this one. If I get in this, I can't get in on this anyway. Not yet. It's got to, yeah, it tested 20, and now's a good entry, right?
Yeah, mRNA. I got in. Um,
It's a good
waiting for
entry.
Rare to go down.
But problem is on, whatchamacallit,
I'm watching this TELA here. I
on
didn't get in yet
this
because of the volume. I'm in mRNA. That's what I'm in. That's why I got filled right now.
mRNA is a good entry right now. I just won't get filled on it. That's the thing. mRNA,
Why?
it won't fill
I
me.
had 2010. I had 2005,
It won't
2010.
fi- it won't
Oh,
fill me. It
oh.
Yeah, it's the way that this thing is set up. It won't fill me. Like I could put an order, it'll just sit there, and then I might get screwed. It's the way the simulators run on TD. Stupidest thing in the world. You gotta wait 3 minutes before you trade. So I can't even get filled on that. I found that out the hard way.
All right, Teller's off my chart now. I'm not in Teller right now. That came off my chart.
Okay, I
I'm
kind
just
of
waiting.
like CPA a little bit if it pivots, extend to the right. CPA, CPA 135 or CPA 123 is a good entry. It won't even let me cancel out that order, and now it's gonna fill me. I'll just get right out.
I bought some Rare right here. RARE.
Bought some rare right there. Rare looks good, looks promising. ACRS. I remember looking at this one this morning and telling myself this has potential, ACRS, but rare looks really good right now. Yup, there goes C-pop, pops up. I was unable to catch
I
that.
think Rare goes to 53, $54 from here. So sometimes these things have like two entries on here. You know.
RARE. Why is it not coming up? I'm really interested in getting in here on this CPA. See, I can't get any fills. My thing is, it needs a minute. But rare looks really good. There we go. There we go. Now I want to get filled. CPA, I would have got filled at 136 if it let me. CPA 136.
I think Rare goes to $55. At least $55.
Can't get filled.
As a matter of fact, I'll tell you exactly where I saw rare, like $58 around there. $57. I think it could go to $57 rare.
I didn't even want mRNA now, and it filled me. Unbelievable. Okay, it gave me my buy price anyway. It gave me 148 on CPA. Ah, now I understand how it works. Okay,
We should
so
be in rare to $57. Average down on mRNA at like 1910 if it gets there. Otherwise, I'm leaving it alone.
I would get
But
in rare,
rare at
but I don't.
$57. RARE $57.
Too late to chase. I missed that one.
There's rare, guys.
That was a beautiful play.
I'm going for $58 because the range is 60. Figure $2 above it could get definitely hit 58 and change the way it's moving. I'm going for $58 on rare. RARE.
I'm just sitting in CPA right now. I missed rare. That would have been a good play. I would have took that in my cash account. I didn't get to see the range on it though. I didn't know it had that much of a spread.
Yeah. Darn. Wow, look at that.
mRNA is moving up a little bit.
Yeah, I just bought more
Okay, I'm
mRNA.
still in CPA. I tried to get in at 136. It's now 175. It's at the top of the range. So at this point, I'm going to take a partial 750 shares. Tab, sell, out. I should have got a much better fill, but for some reason, TD's simulator, you can't trade for the first 3 minutes of the open, which some professional traders tell you not to trade the first 5 to 10 minutes of the open. So sometimes a blessing, sometimes a curse. But
See, when you well look at RNA, you look at the moving average envelopes. It hit right that low, 19 and change right there. That was perfect. Add more. For those who took the course, that was an mRNA. 1940 was beautiful, right over there. You're watching that
which
the
one?
moving average envelopes. The 1 month, put in the 1 month moving average envelopes at mRNA.
Look at
That was so
mRNA. Yeah,
beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah, I added more down there, like 1960, 1970. That was beautiful. The moving average envelopes told me to add more.
it tapped right onto it, huh? Let me see.
Yep, yep.
If you want to learn about moving average envelopes and things of that nature, Tony, is we technically have a course tonight. We are shy one person. If we cannot get that filled, it would be moved to next week. No big deal. RNA for the type of course that it is has to be minimum 3 people, never more than four. Yeah, 20 would be. And 19 down to 1950. Boom, hit the moving average envelopes and pivoted. Beautiful, beautiful. Here comes SRNE. Kind of dropped out the gate like we expected. Um, CPA is still at 165. It's managing to stay above the VWAP. As long as it manages to stay above the VWAP, I'll stay with it. I'm out of it mostly. 250 shares is all I have left on that. I was in mRNA, and then I got a little I got a little scared. I got out. I took an $8 gain instead of could have made. What did I buy in that? Eh, still wouldn't have made that much. RARE though is the one to be watching right now. This
I'm
kind of
still in both. I'm
formation,
still in both. I'm just waiting.
it's gonna do that little pennant formation thing where it just keeps spiking up. All right, I'm gonna get out here on whatchamacallit on CPA out until, well, you know what? Yeah, I'm out entirely on CPA. A $200 gain, and remember, this is a small cap account. Um, so that was the best I could do with the capital I had. But now that I have some free capital, I will be getting back into CPOT if it hits 130 or starts to break above 170. What are the intraday highs? Intraday highs.
Still in this mRNA. Still in rare. Those are my
175.
two trades for today. I'm just holding and watching.
Okay. I'm gonna add another order here.
I
500
think rare goes to
shares.
58.
Stop order at 176. Buy. Now notice my first share size was 1,000. My second share size is 500. You always go a little smaller when you go back in. But this definitely looks like it's gonna break above out of that range. And then the next level on that range is
What's that?
CPA, CPAH. Do you still do text alerts? Are we putting the you sent out an alert this morning? See, it hit that top right there, but it did not break. Um, and that's why I had it at 176, not 175. I don't think it'll fake me out at this level because quarters are technically not psychological resistances, but sometimes they act like a psychological resistance. People will sell at the 25. Um, I'm gonna consider getting in rare here. It pulled back to 53.90. That would have been a good entry. But now I feel like I'm
I still think.
chasing. I don't
I
know.
still think rare's. It hasn't completed its range yet. It's a 10-point range, 50 to 60. I think it goes at least $58, $59.
What's the?
Rare. That's RARE. I'm waiting for that.
I know it's on the
58,
screen.
59 range.
Let me see. Rare, 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 rare. Okay. Okay. All right. It looks good. It has a lot of potential. This one. What's it up on? For what reason? Earnings, news.
I forgot. I don't remember. I think earnings or something.
Uh, Daily
Take a look.
Biotech Pulse. It's up 18% on positive top line results, and price target was raised from 80 to 80 from 75. Yeah, this is gonna go.
Still in that DBVT. DBVT.
Mm, DBBT, yeah. mRNA, very interesting stock. I don't know. The only one I really liked today was CPA. It's got 3 million shares of volume and a 5 million share float. Um, its technicals are gorgeous, and but it has no range. You're right. It has no range. The highest this could possibly go, CPOT, is to 270, which is still an extraordinary move, but it's not going to do that. It's stalling too much here. If I had to, if gun to my head, put my money in anything right now, I would go rare.
Yeah,
Um, but I want to see it break above this like 55, which it did. It went to 55.98 and then came back down, which worries me a little bit, like as if it's testing back that lower range. No,
I think it's just consolidating here and ready to make the next move up. The range is 50 to 60, so I expect it can complete a range, go to 60, but I'm taking like 58, 50. Once it gets up there, I'm gonna watch it. I don't think it's gonna stop here. I think it has to break. It has to go into that range, at least get to the high end of it. So I'm just waiting for like $58 on it. And as far as mRNA is another one. It's 5 point ranges. I'm thinking like 22
if you're watching on Facebook right now, you can't hear Tony's
or 20.
voice. So just click on the YouTube link so you can hear Tony's voice because it sounds like it's going silent on Facebook. But go ahead. Sorry, Tony.
Like mRNA, I figured like maybe 22 or like 21. What was the low? 21.45. You could get out over there. 21.45. Rare, I'm going for 58 on rare.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen too. I kind of want to get in that. It's consolidating to the upside for sure. It's above the 9-day moving average.
Yeah,
I got filled on CPA 176. I don't plan on taking any losses here. So, all right, 176, 182, 186. The next hard part to break is obviously going to be that $2 mark. Uh, what are we going to do here? 185. I don't know. If this does break two, I think it might. I'm going to sell like 204. I'll sell 375 shares of the 500. But right now, just letting CPOT run. Now, CPOT is definitely the kind of stock that can have a red candle of death, which means come in and strike you out. It might be smart to put in a stop loss on this one. All right, we're at 187. I'm gonna take a partial at 204. I think it's potentially could go to 204 based on it's definitely picking up volume. If that volume keeps, I'll get out there. 76, 186, 180. See, that's what I'm worried about. What did I get filled at on the
here's that rare coming up.
176, 55, 78, RARE, SRNE, interesting. I'm gonna kind of let CPOC go for a little bit. mRNA, I'm gonna put rare over here. Okay. The only thing that worries me a little about rare is it's got no volume this morning. All right, here we go. Here's CPA. I'm gonna put my limit at 204. Sell limit. 3/4 of my shares. We just hit 197, 195. Okay, just in case we can't break 2, but if we do break 2, we might have a massive breakout. So I don't want to sell prematurely. There goes rare, new highs. Okay, 196. I'm gonna take my partial here, 196. I still have 125 in on shares. Let's see if we break 2. Sure enough, you always sell 2 seconds before it breaks out. Okay, it just hit 2, broke out on 2. I'm still in 125 shares on CPAH. So that's up 136 to, I would like to see a 236 target here. We're at 2 right now. But don't forget, guys, this could go as high as, given the volume and float. Yeah, I know there is news on Boeing. How's Boeing stock doing today? I was scared to look because it should be going down, but technically they didn't do anything wrong if the Saudis air defense system shot down the plane. All right, so 207 on CPA, 125 shares left. I'm gonna try to make 1 point on this, so I'm gonna put my dollar at 136. I mean at 236. Wait, what's the range again?
Beautiful. The stock is definitely going. The stock should go to like 58, 59. It's rare.
Yeah, CPI hit new high. Rare hit new highs. 58, 58 target, and CPI back down into the twos. Just gonna let it
mRNA
ride
is
for
gonna
a little
break.
bit.
Is gonna break the highs of the day. Head to like 2170 around there.
What's that? mRNA, right? I was in
Yep.
and out of that one. Yeah, beautiful, 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 beautiful play. All beautiful calls this morning. Every single one. mRNA, RARE, and CPAH. We didn't have not one even shaky call.
For those who go into the chat room, I post the pics in there. The thing is that everything changes when market starts to open and the bids start to change, and that's why it's important to go to the live chat or to take the course. This way, you'll see the entry on like this guy Sean just texted me in the chat room. Rare was at 50. When Rare got down to 48 and went back up and broke 50, that's when you should have got in because the range was from 50 to 60, and you knew that was clear. So
Wow.
it's
Look at that. 236. 1 point on a $1.36 stock. The highs of RARE were 239. I'm out. I'm done. This does have the potential to go up another 50 cents, but I'm not going to get greedy here. 1 point move on a $1.36 stock. How much is that? That's like 85%. All right, go ahead. Sorry, I got excited.
and that's why it's important, to go to a live chat because everything could change.
Only
And
trading. Um,
look at
again.
this TL. Look at this TLTFF. On the way down to 25,
Uh
went down to like 23.53. No volume. They spiked the bid. They put the block up there, the big size. I think this thing could go to 27, 28 again.
huh. It's down to 23.53.
Yeah, and then they brought it back up to 25, 0.25256. Look at the bid and offer on it.
TLTF. It always has a high bid and offer. Uh, let's see. Where's my level two? 10,000, 110,000. Sean wants to know
Yeah,
your mentee if you got any recommendations on Tila, Tela.
let me just see over here. See what? Yeah, that one there, there was a wide spread when it opened. He should. What did he do? He got in on that one.
I don't know. Did you get in on that, Sean? I don't know, but go ahead.
I it, I wouldn't have got in because it widened. The spread widened in pre-market, and I said if it tightened the spread like 1410, 1420 bid, 1410, 1420 bid by 1430, I would have got in. But there was no. It was a wide spread on that. It was like 1305 by like 1420. I saw when it opened up. I would have to wait for it to. I printed 100 shares at $14. I would have to wait for it to like fill in the spread between the bid and ask. I'm not gonna jump into something with a wide spread like that because Ray had a wide spread. It was like 48 by 50, and then once Ray got down to like it opened like 50 for 49 and change, and it got down to like 48 and change, and then it busted through 50. I'm getting in on that one because it's into the range. But I wouldn't have bought TELA. I would have to wait a little bit. You had to wait a little bit on it, before you got in. Yeah, 14 was the opening. You have to wait for 14, but if it's a 1305 by 14, and the bid, how you buy something? It's like a dollar spread. You already lost. You're already down a dollar if you pay the offer. So I would wait on it. But considering it's I mean, if you got in this, I would say $12. I would get out. I know I would lose 2 points on it, but it's also by a 52-week high. Um, I have to give it a little chance, but I wouldn't have bought that. I'm still in rare. I'm still in mRNA. I'm still in DBVT. I'm not doing anything. Just those three.
I'm not in anything anymore. I mean, CPOC could go up to 70, but I'm not gonna get greedy on that one. mRNA, I got scared out. Um, I got scared out. I didn't lose anything, but I didn't make anything either. It's like it like popped down and then it popped up and I got filled weird, like, and then it popped down again. I was like, let me get out. And now I would have made a good point on that move. There you go. CPOS now hitting 259. I'm telling you, I don't believe it's gonna go any higher. If it goes higher than this range here, then 270. Well, then we have to identify the next range. I don't think it's gonna go higher than 270, but if it does, I didn't even have it on correctly. This thing 260.
I like to give
It could
myself
go
a
to 260 actually. 260, 270. That should be the highest it goes. What'd you say?
um. Sometimes you have to have you have to have patience. You have to hold something like a little longer. And if you're wrong and you know the range, you have to go back to it and buy put a bid like yesterday at DBVT We've started buying it like on the breakout because the range on it was like a 2 point range. So it was at $13. I didn't know if it was like not gonna fill the gap between 12 and 13. Usually that doesn't happen and then just goes to like 15, 16. Once it got down like to 12.20, I mean 12.40, 12.30, and it was like around 2.30, I saw that it was time to buy that stock. So you gotta, when you take the course, you'll learn how to buy a stock throughout the day. Like later on, you don't just get out of it and just say, "Oh, I lost money on, I'm out." Like if you're down 30 cents or 40 cents, I'm not a believer in taking losses like that. Just stick with it and hold it. As long as you're in the range, you should never be out of your money. You should always be in your money. And as far as day trading, I'm not know if the trade allows it to be a day trade or 3, 4 day position, like Adams. Remember Adams? Adams went to like 550. We traded at $4.
Hmm.
It took 2 weeks, but it got there. A lot of these stocks come right back. As long as you're in the range or you average down in the range, they come back, most of them. Um, Still in mRNA, still in rare, still in DBVT, just holding these stocks, not moving.
Oh, rare. That's the one I want. See the yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The course is tonight. So if you want to come join us on the course tonight, you can come join us. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There are 1 to 2 slots open. There could be 3 to 4 people in a single course, but yeah, two. We're looking for two really. Two. There's 2 slots open. Um, and if you want to join that course, I'll share the link. It's the Diamond course, and it's on discount right now by a lot. Typically, a 3-person course is $1,000 a person. Right now, it's $500 a person, but because we have 2 courses this week, um, well, just too many people's schedules didn't agree, so we have to have 2 courses and we have to fill 2 spots in one week. Uh, yeah. So that being said, all that information will be in this link. I'm gonna share it on YouTube in the comments, Facebook in the comments, and Easy webinar in the comments. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. The only person that can give you information about the group is myself um, or Tony. Uh, apparently, we had other people come into our group. I don't even think I told you this, Tony, and say that it was your course, and yeah, and try to say, "Oh yeah, this is Tony's course," and then I was notified right away, and I kicked the person out. But very grimy people in this industry. Although I don't give them enough credit to say they're a part of this industry. Tony, who's been trading pretty much since he was 19 and then got on Wall Street and then into hedge funds, is a part of this industry. Just because you know how to create a Facebook account and you downloaded the Robinhood app on your phone 2 years ago doesn't give you the credentials to run a course. You'll end up saying, like I almost did this morning, SRNE looks like a good stock. But one of the important things learned from Tony is it was staying below the VWAP. Float was too high. It just never went above the VWAP. This is garbage to me. Garbage. This one. Look at this one. To the T. And I just want to show you real quick. To the T. This stock CPAH went from range to range. The only reason it did it quicker is because of the volatility in the float. Volatility and float are like engine. It's like the engine. It's like having a V12. You know, if you got really low volume, really high float, that's like a V12. The direction might be the same. You might find another stock with a high float and lower volume. It's still going to conclude its range. It's just a matter of how fast it does it. Now, this is a 1 point range. There are other stocks that have 10, 20. What was that one that day I got so mad I didn't get in? SRPT went
Yeah.
15 points in one day. I was pissed. I was pissed because I was ready. I was like ready, 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 and I just didn't take it. But that's part of the game. So if you want to sign up for the course, I'm going to send out the link now to all those platforms.
Um. Anyway, Luke, I'm gonna get going because I got things to do. Like I said, I'm gonna keep everybody posted in the chat. I'm still in mRNA, still in rare. Price target on rare is like 58. mRNA like 2150, 2140. If you want to get out, if you want to go to like 22, 2190, I think it could pull up there. DBVT, like I said, to $14. Just give it a little chance on that one. Um, and that's basically it.
That's it. You gotta go like that. You can't help me a little bit. Tell us a little bit about what the course is about. I gotta sell 2 courses tonight. 2 spots I have open, and I'm negotiable because I need those spots filled.
Well, the course is about like range trading in the ranges and not getting shooken out and not selling, not panic selling. Just wait for the next range to average down on it. Um, the worst thing you could do, like in the stock market, is average down. But based on the charting formulas and on the charting ranges, it's you go far out for an average down. You don't just average down like every dollar, every $2, every $3. Most averages down are like $5 away from where you entered, or you could take a loss once it breaks the first range and then re-enter it on the bottom range instead of averaging down, and you will learn that in the course. Um, and it's a very very good course. It's extremely helpful. It gets the point across as far as me explaining to you and giving you the stock picks and typing them in. This is something that you need to learn so you could be self-independent on yourself as a trader. And I'm not saying you're not going to depend on me or have me for life, but you you can become a better trader than I am, or you can learn off of the material and advance yourself if you want to be a trader in your career. Um, Highly recommended. It's really cheap. It's like I said, any business you buy, it's an average of 50,000 or more. This is in the hundreds of dollars. It's like what is it, $400? It's
It's like
nothing.
400 or something. Not even 355, 375.
Um,
But if
and
you
you
do
will
want like a one-on-one, two-on-one, you do offer the lifetime mentorship to anybody that signs up for gold or diamond, and that's a little more money. That's like anywhere from 15 from a thousand no
right.
from 1,500 to 3,000, and that's constant mentorship. And that works in two ways because after a certain amount of time, you'll pretty much get it all down. You know what I'm saying? And yeah,
It's highly recommended if you want to be in the business. I mean, it's just like it's like buying a construction company without tools. You need the tools. This is the tool. You need this tool, and that's basically it.
all right, Tone. So thank
Uh,
you for joining us today.
yep,
And
still in those stocks. We had a great day. And I'll keep everybody posted in the chat throughout the day. And if every morning was like this, it would be great. We could just stay in our positions, or we've been out of positions, or we stay in, and we just ride them throughout the whole day.
yeah,
Um, That's basically it. So I'll call you later, Luke. All right.
All right, I'll talk to you soon. If yeah, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, group. Have a nice day. I'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right, that was Tony, and uh, so it's just me again. If you're following on Facebook, Tony left. And what is this JMIE? That's got to be a split, right? Yeah, be very careful, CPI. I see a head and shoulders. Like I said, this is not going to go past 270. And as a matter of fact, I wasn't paying attention, but the range, every time the market opens, the range changes. The range actually changed once the market opened, down from 260 to 270. I don't know who this is. So it's good to always check back. Hello. Hello. It's always good to check back on your charts range, and 270 is was what it was, and now it is 260. Which, where did it hit? 259. I mean, it could break it, but it's unlikely. Then again, not really. Because if you look at AGT, America's Got Talent, ACGT yesterday, what was it? AGCT yesterday. Um, this one blew way, way, way out of the range yesterday. So I think I took right here. That was it. That was my trade. It pulled down. 620 was the bottom of the range, as far as I remember. 620. And then, oh no, here's the range here. This is what happened yesterday. We identified the range. This was in the pre-market, and it kind of opened in the middle of the range, a little on a pullback. Then all of a sudden was hit by heavy volumes, and then it was shot up. A lot of activity on the bid and the ask, and then it went up to the top of the range, came back to the bottom of the range, went back to the top of the range, and broke. Once it breaks, and there's really not another, I don't see anything above here. So this could be a similar situation to yesterday. If it breaks above 260, 270, that CPAH could be a repeat of yesterday, where this one was trading at, what was it, $6, went up to $9. But regardless, CPA, I remember this one. This one was on my top 20 top gainer list. Yeah, last year. One of my top 20 top gainers. So I know this one can move. And also not much on the news front. I really don't understand it. It says counterpath chosen by Honeywell to create unified communication solution for mobile devices and handheld scanners. Um, hmm. If it breaks above 270, it could go to $5. But I really heavy selling at 270, heavy bidding at 150 at 240. Anything could happen with this one. But if you made your 1 point, you should be happy. 1 point on a $1 stock. mRNA, I wanted to get in down here. I wish I did, but my system was stalling, and I forgot what his target was for this. Okay, we're about to potentially break out again. CPA. And then what was the other one? RARE. I mean, listen, RARE, it's, if you got in when he did right around here, you're already up 4 or 5 points. That's a great, 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 great. At least take a partial at this point. And that's what I would do. Take a partial, sell half your shares, sell me your shares, whatever. If I was up 2 points, I would have sold half my shares. Yeah, you could definitely see the resistance here at this 260 level. And then what else were we looking at? One more. There was one more, wasn't there? Uh, DVBT, 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 DVBT. Okay. So rare and CPAC seem to be the top ones of the day. No wonder that keeps happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. mRNA. So I'm gonna do a quick poll. I just want to know what you got into today. Make sure you guys join in the description the chat room so you can participate in the poll. T.me/Tony Hedges Trades. It's this one right here in the description. The top one's YouTube, and then this one right here is the chat room, and then this one right here is the 0 second delay stream. Sometimes it's very important to be on a 0 second delay. You know. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's set that up. The poll, and whoa, I don't understand what just happened there. Lost connection with YouTube, it looks like. All right, so let's put that poll here. All right, it looks like everybody is pretty much aware that the day is over. So let me put that poll out, and then all right, well, that's pretty much it. I want to get some work done. I gotta send some messages out to some people. I'm done for the day. I hope you guys had a good day. Let's see. YouTube, how'd you guys do today? Same thing. Facebook, how'd you guys do today? And Easy Webinar, how'd you guys do today? What'd you trade? Positive, negative? Should be all positive. Everything we picked is. Yeah, this is beautiful. to get on this one at 132. All right, very good. Nobody wants to say on YouTube.